淨係飲酒唔夠喎，配埋合適嘅菜式先稱得上至高享受。設計、雕刻、打磨、上色，為冰冷嘅金屬賦予藝術嘅溫度。金屬雕刻家 Carlos 分享佢嘅精心巨作。
你覺得識飲酒係咪先代表識享受生活呢？
未必嘅，因為好多時我哋唔係純粹飲緊酒啊，而係用酒配搭埋食物，做到互相提升嘅效果，咁先算識享受噶嘛。
但我呢啲人咧好有選擇困難症啊嘛，淨係諗要食咩咧，已經可以苦惱半日，仲要諗埋要配咩酒咧？呢一餐應該下年先有得食啊！
其實酒同埋食物嘅配搭又未必真係咁難嘅，我哋只需要換一換個角度，品味即時升級。Cheers！Cheers！
平時講 food wine pairing， 好多時都係去餐廳食飯嘅時候，考慮每道菜要配邊款酒。睇見個 wine list 已經即時頭汗啦，
所以我就話要換個角度咯。Wine food pairing， 我哋先揀一支啱心水嘅酒，之後再配一款襯到絕嘅食物，咁就搞掂晒啦。
Hello Peter， 作為星級專業酒評人咧，你會點睇 wine food pairing 咧
？White meat pairing white wine, red meat pairing red wine. Normally it won't go wrong. But of course, if you want to asking for more, sometimes we can make magic with the pairing. So that will be more complicated.
可唔可以分享一啲基本嘅知識俾我哋啊？例如咧，使唔使根據翻嗰個酒嘅產地去配合翻當地嘅食物啊
？To my own experience, sometimes if I visit a country, I will normally choose a wine from the same country to pair with their food. That can be a good choice. But sometimes if you have a bottle of very heavy wine, then you may need a piece of meat with some grease in it. You will find the grease or the fat can melt the tannin into a very mellow flavor, and it can be a magic on the palate.
咁如果支酒比較酸啲，應該配啲咩嘢食咧？
And then you will need a really seafood like shellfish, like oyster. If you got a wine with good fruit character, with a nice acidity structure, and the acidity and the fruit will change the fishy to a new flavor, what we call umami nowadays.
哦，咁你可唔可以介紹幾款你覺得啱我哋嘅酒咧
？Well, I pick up some wine from a very special country today for you. It's called Slovenia. Slovenia is the only country in the whole world that contains LOVE in the name of the country.
Oh, that's so romantic.
Today, I recommend you to have a bubbles from Slovenia.
Ooh. Well, it looks pink. Is it a rosé?
It's a rosé. It's actually made by red grapes. It's some Refosco and Merlot together, and they only take a little bit color from the skin, so you got this kind of very pretty color, or some things like a salmon, salmon color.
Give it a try.
Let's do it. Cheers.
哇，好甜喎！
係啊，真係好甜啊！佢好似有少少蘋果啊，或者蜜桃味咁樣咯。
誒，但係我又 taste 到有少少花香味喎。你 taste 到嘛？
有少少係啊係啊。
Well, this wine is actually you taste quite a lot of fruit in it. It's almost like cherry, raspberry, or cranberries. Okay, and the fruit is go very well with the acidity. Sweet you taste actually come at the end. So it round up the whole thing to make you a very pleasant feeling with this wine.
The mouth.
Yeah. The grape variety is called Refosc in Slovenia. The wine is actually very full body, a lot of fruit like dark berry, dark cherry, and blackberries. And you smell it, a lot of herbal flavor in it.
聞落去咧，除咗草本味之外，仲有少少泥土味啊！你覺唔覺啊？
我哋不如試下。
好啊，試一試。Cheers！
好 哇，好 heavy 喎！
係啊，因為佢嗰個質感咧真係好厚咯，咁同埋佢嗰啲味道，如果你係深入去真係 depth 咧，係有好多唔同嘅紅莓啊嗰啲咁樣嘅味嘅。但係如果齋飲咧，我都係覺得嗰個口感好厚啦。可能如果配翻嘢食會適合啲。
係啊，同埋咧，我飲咗嗰啖酒咧，我仲覺得好似喺個口咧仲可以嚼到啊！你明唔明啊？即係嗰個 it's like 好 thick 好 heavy。
When you drink on its own, you just mentioned rough. It's actually the tannin. When it meet with some texture of meat, grease, and the tannin will become soft. Not even just the meat, and with some spicy herbs, everything go together. It will make it very complicated and like layers of flavor on your palate.
I see.
Peter 啊，咁我哋頭先試咗2款酒啦，咁你會唔會話咧有一款咧嚟自斯洛文尼亞一個標誌性嘅酒啊？
As you remember, I told you that Slovenia is famous for their white wine and sparkling wine. But for red wine, there's one special region called Istria. It's a peninsula. That means 3 parts of the land are surrounded by sea. When the sun goes to the sea, the 3 sides of the sea will reflect the sunlight to the vineyard even during nighttime. So this part of Slovenia is very special for their red wine. This one is a limited edition. They produce about 2,000 cases per year, and they're using Cabernet Sauvignon. You can call it the king of red wine.
The king of red wine.
Wow. Cheers.
佢係有一啲好重嘅紅色同埋紫色嘅果子嘅味啦，同埋我唔知你覺唔覺得佢嗰個質感、佢個口感咧係好豐滿啦、好濃密啦，但係佢又唔係話好似頭先嗰支咁樣，佢呢一個係好滑，係好順滑。
Why you so enjoy this wine? Because the wine is soft, fine, and elegant, and you feel a lot of dark fruit. Also, like red currant, dark currant. When the fruit go onto the palate, you feel almost full
Yes.
in your palate. Okay.
Yeah.
But
and it's so silky almost.
But it's not rough at all.
Yeah.
You can feel the texture of the tannin is very elegant.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a good quality tannin.
Yes. Actually, this wine you can drink on its own, or if you match with a piece of good meat, you will enjoy so much.
聽完 Peter 介紹，我同 Ivy 都揀咗自己心頭好啦。唔知 Peter 又會預備啲咩食物去令呢個品酒體驗再提升呢？咁你頭先試咗3款酒啦，我諗我最中意都係嗰個氣泡酒啊。
Today I actually recommend a very special dish for you to pair with this sparkling rosé. It's a pan-fried foie gras with a fixed marmalade. You know, sometimes when we deal with food and wine matching, we follow the cooking method of the chef. When they cook foie gras, they always use quite a lot of fruit in it, like cherry, blueberry, raspberry, jam, something like that. So I'm sure that this sparkling rosé will match very well with the foie gras. Before you eat the foie gras, first have a sip of the sparkling rosé first. We call it warm up your palate.
Oh, okay. Let me give it a try.
Feel the fruitiness.
Just as delicious
Yeah.
as before.
And then you can have a piece of the foie gras. Chew your foie gras in your palate. When you feel the flavor of the foie gras is very strong, then have another sip of the sparkling rosé. That's what we call food and wine matching.
我覺得咧個鵝肝嗰個油膩感咧係俾個 sparkling wine 沖淡咗啊，再加上咧嗰個果香味兩個咧都好配合啊。
我自己咧就好想試個 Reforce 㗎，因為佢頭先嗰個口感咧真係好深刻，我好想知道佢配埋適合嘅嘢食會有啲咩變化。
Well, Ivy, I remember that you said that this Reforce is a bit too tannic. So today I pick up a spicy dish for you to match with this wine. So I pick up a pizza for you. But you know, Italian dish is not easy to match with wine because Italian dishes normally have a lot of ingredients with it. Like this one, they got spicy sausage, they got cheese, they got some tomato paste on it. So all the flavors, they are so complicated. Really need a complicated wine to match with all of this flavor.
I see.
So please try it.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll just go for it now. 頭先呢隻酒咧係真係比較個口感好厚啊，咁但係我食完呢個pizza之後啦，成個體驗咧都好似順滑咗好多咯，咁就咁啱呢一個菜式都比較 happy， 咁就大家一齊係提升咗咯。
Peter 啊，咁你話第3款酒就係一個限量版嚟嘅，咁佢個數量咁少，我哋應該配啲咩食好咧？
The third wine is actually a limited edition. Is that it's a very classic wine. Okay, so when we have a classic wine, we pair with a classic dish. This time I pick up a pork for you.
Is there a particular reason why pork?
Some people may not like beef or lamb, but pork is normally for everyone. And this time the pork is roast for you. After roasted the pork, the grease can be more aromatic. So I'm sure that it will match with this flavorful wine, match very well.
I see. Cheers. Cheers. 因為個肉咧本身係少少鹹味啊嘛，而個酒咧佢係本身帶少少酸性啊，咁嗰個鹹味就將酒裡面嘅果香味全部提升咗咯。好神奇。
我頭先嗰啖咧，我又食咗少少有肥啦，有嗰個豬皮又有嚿豬肉，配埋一啖個酒咧，係令到我個口入邊咧係有一個和諧感覺。
Yes, that's the right word, harmony. You feel the flavor of the meat, the wine, the fruit acidity, the tannin. They all together at the same level. That's what we call a harmony matching.
Peter，你覺得我哋應該點樣享受 wine food pairing 呢件事咧
？I think food and wine pairing is how to make your eating experience even more fun. First of all, find a great variety which you like. Like if you like Chardonnay, try more Chardonnay. And then if you find you like a Chardonnay from a specific country, and try more Chardonnay from that country. And then if you find something you like, that means you are an expert on Chardonnay already. If you go to a restaurant, if you go to have a wine gathering with your friends, always take picture on the wine label, okay? And share the wine label with your friends. If you have more and more wine label in your phone, that means
sooner or later you'll be an expert.
Must be.
Well, I can cheers to that.
To that.
We are semi-experts.
Cheers.
So much.
Cheers.
今日聽講咧，我要去欣賞一啲另類紋身啊！咩係另類啊？嗰人有好多紋身，定係啲紋身好特別？原來兩樣都唔係，嗰啲紋身唔係俾呢個身，係俾車身噃。喺歐美地區比較盛行嘅金屬雕刻，佢哋叫做 metal tattoo， 即係金屬紋身。傳統嘅金屬雕刻工藝係用錘仔同雕刻刀一下一下咁雕琢出嚟，而現代嘅金屬雕刻就會用氣動或者電動雕刻刀，同樣亦非常講究雕刻師嘅工藝。
Hello, my name is Carlos Koo, an actor in Hong Kong and a metal engraver. I'm a cruiser motorcycle lover. Overseas, riders, they love to customize their bikes. Some of them, they love to put metal engraving work on it. About 8 years ago, I saw it on the magazine and I was fascinated by metal engraving work. And I really wanted it on my own motorcycle, but unfortunately, no one doing this in Hong Kong. And I was thinking, why not I do it myself? Besides my acting career, I think I still have time to create a new hobbies.
Hi, Carlos.
Hello.
呢一架電單車簡直係嗱，咁我係知道咧，你成個金屬雕刻嘅旅程就喺呢度開始嘅喎。成個 project 其實花咗幾多時間咧
I really like the word you said, journey, because it's a very long process. I use my own bike for practice because I believe in myself I can do an awesome job. It sounds crazy, but it comes out great. It took me about 3 years to complete the whole process.
咁成架車有咁多雕刻啦，有冇一啲特別嘅 detail 攞去同我哋分享下嘅咧？
My wife gonna be happy if you ask this question because I engraved my wife's name on my bike. It's total 4 parts. Because I really love motorcycle when I was young. I used to keep like 6 motorcycles, but when I get married, I got kids, my wife said, you have to keep yourself safe. So she asked me to sell all my bikes, so I do a little trick on it. I engrave her name on it, and she feel happy, so she let me to keep this bike.
So she let you keep it. You're a very smart man.
Yeah, I have to. The problem of self-learning is no one is telling you what you're doing is correct or you're doing it wrong. So I went to Indonesia, Bali. I found a world-class master, Idiwa. I learned from him. I learned from face-to-face. He teach me his skills. I found myself to become a professional metal engraver. I use the right skills, I use the right tools, and I use the right steps.
Carlos 用咗好短時間就學識咗金屬雕刻，搞到我都想試下，我有冇天分半日可以學識先？嗱，咁我見到你架電單車就整得好靚啦，咁你可唔可以幫我少少一個忙，就係整一啲小禮物俾我老婆咧
Yeah, so this is a little log. In overseas, those guys, they like to put a name of their Valentines on a log, which means lock them down.
Lock them down, yeah, so they can't get away.
Yeah, so you have to know one thing is very clear is there's no room for mistake. Metal engraving, after you remove the metal, it's going to be there forever.
Yeah.
So you need to be 100% focused on what you're doing.
If you do it, I'm sure it'll be beautiful.
I'm going to let you do it.
Oh, really? Really?
All right, so I try to explain what we got here. The first, this is the vise, is to hold your work.
Yeah.
This is very heavy. Yeah, this handpiece, it have a chisel here.
Okay.
This is made by high-speed steel. It's really hard. It's harder than the normal steel, the stainless steel.
Yeah.
So what you need to do is put this handpiece into your palm.
Okay.
Put this 2 finger.
Thumb and index.
Yeah,
Okay.
between it here.
Okay.
So this is going to be the push.
Make it look so easy. All right, I'm getting it.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like this?
Nice! Wow.
Really?
First of all, sit comfortable, look it in the microscope.
Okay.
Maybe you can try a little scratch on here.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
Already, it is so difficult just making a scratch. Because my hand's just like, it's like it's not my hand.
Yeah,
Like-
because you are focusing on the mighty
Yeah.
microscope.
Her name is Lucy, and it's too long, the name. I think I'll just call it Luke from now.
Okay.
It looks like I'm just destroying the lock. It doesn't even look like I'm writing anything.
Well, art
Hold
thing is hard to say you're doing it right or wrong. Because
Yeah.
it's art, right?
I mean, how do you do the curves?
You have to turn the
Oh, of course. Oh,
device.
so when you usually do it, is it
you
literally
turns it,
like this?
get into the work, yes. Right, you have a right concept.
It looks like I'm doing something, but I am just scratching the lock.
The way you're doing is another method of metal engraving. This is called banana engraving.
Right, really?
It's
Yeah, I knew
making-
that, yeah.
Yeah. So how about we change sit?
Okay,
and
you showed me
I
how
show
it's
you.
done.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Wow, not bad.
Really?
You did the part right.
Yeah.
Without any instructions.
Out of thousands of scratches, I did one right, yeah.
But not bad, not bad. Seriously, for me, my first time,
Yeah.
I used my chisel, I just break it.
Oh, really?
And I was like, should I quit? So, you got talent on it. So,
Really? Wow, you're a very kind teacher.
So it has to be, so you need to turn the vise, get into the work, get in and get out. So like that.
Wow, look at that. So, I know that you can do the little lock here, but I mean, surely you didn't do the motorcycle this way, right?
No way, because it's gonna take forever.
Yeah, yeah.
So for bigger parts, I use the very traditional way. I use hammer
Okay.
and chisel.
Oh, wow.
So it's all about tapping, and it's all about body movement, and push your chisel and get into the work, removing the metal that you don't want. And but this is the very traditional way. You can start with very cheap price.
咁頭先我就見識過你嘅技術啦。其實你有冇其他 project 都係做緊或者做咗可以俾我哋睇下嘅咧
Well, I'm happy to show you what I got here.
Okay.
What you see, this is a picture of metal engraving. It made by a copper piece. I found that the artist called Jimmy Rice. So I cross over with his work, and it comes out really great. So after that, I try to move on the micro metal engraving.
Okay.
What you just tried, the air graver, and this is my first work. This is a lighter.
Yep.
So you can see the cut line is thinner than a hair. It took me about 4 days to complete this work. Although this is my first work, I still see a lot of mistake there, but it looks quite well for me. So this is my own watch.
Oh, right on the band right there, yeah.
Yeah, here is a little boat, and it's a fish, and
Yeah.
the wave is kind of Japanese style.
Is it more difficult because that's slightly curved as well, isn't it?
Yes. Wow, you are
Yeah.
are qualified.
Yeah, I know how hard it is, I just can't do it.
yes. This one, it took me a full month to finish this job. And this is my friends of the fingerprints.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That is really intricate.
I took a picture of his fingerprints, and I tried to copy his
Yeah.
fingerprint on it.
Wow, that's
It's
amazing.
quite cute, huh?
咁你有咁多嘅作品啦，你有冇一個係特別滿意嘅咧？
Well, I really like this one. This is my my recent work, and this clock, it took me about like 300 hours to finish it. From the beginning, I see my design, the sketch. I really in love to it because it's have a lot of 3D effect, and the squirrel work is my favorite, and the gear like matching up with all this squirrel work.
Yeah, I agree. It does look fantastic.
All the artwork, there's no the end.
Yeah.
You only abandon, because if you give me one more 100 hours or 2 more 100 hours to finish this work, I still can keep on working on it. But in some point, it have to be abandoned. Yeah.
You have to learn when to stop.
Yeah, you have to learn when to stop. This is all about artwork.